Hey guys, welcome to Dazzling Handmade. I know it's been a few weeks, but if you watch my previous videos, you know I'm moving states and I'm almost done packing. Most of my craft room stuff have been packed away. That's why I haven't had time to make new videos, but I have a bunch of resin left and I did not want to move with it because it is very heavy. So today I'm gonna make a resin tray. I have made another video. I'm not sure if it's posted yet when you're watching this, but it was my first time trying marble effect and I think it came out absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to share this hack with you guys. But today we are doing a tray. So this is very important. With this you can check that your surface is straight, elevated, because sometimes it's not straight and the resin can glide and one of the parts can be bigger than the other. So, and because we're gonna use this as a tray, it has to be straight. So this Home Depot, just a couple of bucks, is a tray I got. It's a very basic silicone mold. You can find it anywhere online, AliExpress or Amazon. But the first thing I want to do is get a tape and then pick up any hair or dust that could be here, because I do have a cat and I see that some of his fur got in here. I am talking now, but I'm gonna do voiceover for most of the video and I will tell you in a second why. First, I gotta say that resin is not cheap. Gloves must have. And I have watched at least 80 videos on resin tricks, hacks, and almost none of them have mentioned how dangerous it is to work with resin. There was, out of the 80, maybe 2, a very nice girl who mentioned that working with resin is very unsafe for your health. That is why a braiding mask is required. Especially do not let kids do resin because it's very bad for kids. So I got this on Amazon and I can put a link down below if that will help you. Very easy to put on. These can be taken off and then changed. I don't think it's need to be changed too often. I only do resin, well, right now not very often because I'm moving, but I do want to do more, and this is gonna be very important. So if you do want to do resin more than once, get this. Or if you have some at home, use that. It also comes with ski mask. So gloves and that is very important. I'm just gonna tell you now what I do, what I'm using. I just got this pastel mica powder at Michael's. I think it's so beautiful. The blue looks absolutely amazing. So I'm gonna play with these. I got these handles on Amazon. There are so many handles. You can even go to Home Depot and find the handles that you want. So with handles you can play around. And then I'm also gonna be adding a little bit of pearl rose gold alcohol ink to one of my colors. And I will be using, this is also from Amazon, the white resin pigment paste from this box. And I'm going to try to create almost like marble effect with it. And then this, I think I might got this on AliExpress, but gold flakes, you can get them anywhere. Just don't touch them with your fingers because it's going to be a mess. I'm going to be using a big silicone cup for mixing my resin, and also a few of smaller cups for the color mixing, and some tool. I always have like extra tools on the side, spoons. You can use just one and then constantly clean it, so it's totally fine if you don't have a lot. Some toothpicks just in case, and then this is also silicone and it can easily be cleaned. Okay, so I wanted to go through those before I put the mask on, and let's just get started. Oh, and to dry it, what I do is I get an empty box and I put it on top of it. To make sure nothing falls once it's drying, I just put a box over it. So this is gonna be like overnight. And I'm also not filling up all the way to the top because tomorrow, once it mostly dries, I want to add another layer of just clear resin. Okay, I'm gonna put my braiding mask on. Alright, so I am using A and B equal amount epoxy solution. So this means that A and B needs to be an equal amount. I'm just eyeballing the measurements, so I'm adding, what am I adding here? I'm adding in equal amounts of both and then see if that's gonna be enough. If it's not enough, I can always make some more, but it was actually more than enough for this one. So as I'm starting to mix it, you can like kind of see that the two has very different textures. So one of them is more gummy and the other one is more watery. And I also noticed that this, if I mix slow, it will not create as many bubbles as when I mixed it faster in something previous I did. So mix it slowly for a few minutes and there's not a lot of bubbles. After a few minutes, you can see that it is all two come into one. So we are ready to start. First, this is the gold I'm using. I'm gonna make a little resin piece of it. I'm using the toothpick, adding a little bit of resin. Well, actually, all the way to the top, kind of. And this is when I'm gonna put it in the corner. Now that resin bucket is very, very heavy. So it's always good to have some little cups next to you, which you're gonna see why later on. I'm trying to make this video as short as possible. I do see it's a little bit long, like 20 minutes, but I think it's not too bad, right? So this one I'm using in the corner, and I was very nervous. This is the first time I was making a tray, and it's a lot of resin. And if it did not go well, then it would be a lot of waste. And also the braiding mask is heavy and hot. So I'm putting this first one in this corner. I'm sorry about the focus. I was really just focusing to not spill anything. A little bit nervous. And then this one goes on the other side of the corner. And I think the toothpicks are very useful because I was able to kind of navigate the edges where I want it to be, to slightly spread it out. As you can see it here, very nicely. And as I will be mixing my colors, first blow torche, so the bubbles disappear. Clean up, very important. I always have a packet of baby wipes next to me, so any spills I can clean up fast. That was the alcohol ink that I shook up. It has to be shaken for a little bit. Okay, so this technique is gonna be the dirty pour. I think that's what's called. I think I found it on Facebook. We'll talk about it later, because I'm not gonna stop when I'm doing the pour so you guys can see the whole technique. It is amazing. So I'm gonna do the 3 colors first. So I'm adding a little bit in each, a tiny cup, and I'm using this like drop tool thing to add the alcohol ink because that bottle did not have a drop thing, so it would have just spilled out. Later on you'll see that I realized that was not enough mica powder, so we'll do that again, and it turned out so amazing after. So a little bit here, and then just have to mix up everything. I want the white to be slightly transparent, so not too crazy white, just slightly transparent. All right, here I have these ready, and the fun stuff begins, the pouring. I got a bigger silicone cup. Silicones are really easy to clean, and even if the resin hardens, I can just push it on the side and it will fall out like a very thin glass. I'm pouring this clear resin on the edge of the gold, just go with it. And a little bit more. And into this, I'm gonna add white pigment paste. Right here, this tiny little bottle. Just adding a few drops. And then see where that goes. 2 drops. Perfect. Mix, mix, mix. Took a little while. But it came out exactly how I wanted it. And this is gonna be our dirty pour. Awesome, looks perfect, slightly transparent. So here we go, first with the white. I should have gone with the pink, but we'll start with the white. A little bit of the white. And then the same exact spot, a little bit of the next color. I just pour about the same amount as the other one. And then my third one. I wanted to see what kind of effect will come out if I mix alcohol ink with the mica powder, and it helped spread it out and give it a really cool effect. So that's all I'm doing. I'm pouring the 3 colors on top of each other, and that's how the marble effect came to, but I did mix it a little bit too hard. But I'm okay. I'm happy with how it came out. It's my first time doing a tray, and I think I did a really good job. But on the gray one that I showed you, the pouring came out so much better. I think I found this method on Facebook. I'm in a group of like making cards and like craft hacks, and it's very useful because not everyone who makes craft makes videos as well. Some people do this for a living, and now I understand why these trays are so expensive on Etsy, because it is a lot of work. Although, because it's my first time and I'm not used to it, I do have to remember all the steps. It does take me a while, but I'm pretty sure if you have like a month experience of doing this over and over and over again, then you probably go at a faster pace. You know exactly what to do, and it's kind of like muscle memory. For me, it was like, oh, don't mess it up, don't mess it up, don't spill, don't spill. Okay, here is the trick. You do 1 single twist. I did 2. Should have done 1. And yeah, see, I did a little bit more than I should have, but it's all right. And here is the magic. Look at that pouring out. Beautiful. And we got more of the white over here. We're not done. There are so many more steps to go. I want this to be a little bit more up there. And there was some empty space to fill. As you can see, there's still some empty space, which is okay because I'm not done. There's a few more steps, and I'm gonna do this whole thing again later. Nice. All right, not a drop goes to waste. I did not like how that little white and pink mixed up in there, so with the toothpick I was able to just smear around, which is totally fine. It's still wet, so it will dissolve very nicely. I'm pouring just clear resin along the edges, and this will help it to spread out and look really beautiful. Look at that. See, it's already helping it spread out. So that is a necessary step, I think. It just makes him look more natural, as if it was really blended together. And the same thing on the other side. There you go. So after I moved, I did lose, well, I didn't lose it, I just don't know where it is, those gold handles, so I got another one that's clear. We'll see it at the end. So I mixed up a little bit of gold and the clear resin, and I wanted to put it in the middle, like on the top there, because I felt like it was kind of naked. It just needed something there, so a little bit of gold could not hurt. Look how beautiful that is. That came out so good. Blow it with the heat gun. get any bubbles out. I'm sorry about that. Getting some clear resin into the same silicone cup. See, like these are reusable. And then in here, pigment paste. 1, 2, big drop. A little bit more, come on. Oh, there you go. Mix, mix, mix. All right, so I'm gonna do the dirty pour again because I felt like there was not enough pigment in it. So this time, as you can see, I'm adding a lot more mica powder to it to make it look stronger. I've never used this brand, and this is the Pearl collection, so it is very weak. You have to add a lot of it. Like some of the other mica powders I have, you add just a tiny bit and it is strong, like way stronger than it should be. Or as I usually want it to be. So with this one, I didn't know how strong it's gonna be, and as you can see in the back, it really is very pearly. So I needed more color to it to make it pop. So just doing the same thing, adding the 2 colors on top of each other at the same spot, and then give it a mix. A little more. And this one. And I think in my other video that I have not posted yet, I did show what I do with my leftover resin, which is such an amazing idea. Look at that, pour it over, and it will all melt together, and it kind of looks like it's layered. I love it. It actually reminds me of crystals. You know how the inside of it looks like it's layered and they're all shining. Yeah, I love how this turned out. Very happy with it. Clear resin again to help it move around. And then just go along the lines again. So see, if I was doing this a lot, then I would probably be doing a lot faster. But it is still, it's fun. Little risky because, you know, one wrong movement and everything can go wrong. Something can move around and there's no turning back. So it's fun. And also, like, sometimes you don't know what the outcome is. Pouring clear resin just in the middle to help push out. As you can see, like the bottoms are being pushed out already, and it gives it a nice layery look. I love it. I'm very happy with this. What do you guys think? Is it good? I think it's great. And I'm done. I'm just cleaning stuff up, and then I'm gonna cover it until the next day, and this is it. So we are done. Next day, cured. Let's see how it looks. Okay, moment of truth. All right, looks beautiful. I ended up not putting an extra layer of clear on top of this just because it is for personal use. And I'm only gonna put like some makeup stuff on it. So it doesn't have to be extremely sturdy. Look at that. Beautiful. So gorgeous. And then the bottom. God, I love it. Beautiful. And when it was about halfway cured, I measured where to put the handles, and while it was still slightly soft, I made a tiny little mark. You can see that little mark on the bottom, both sides. That's where I'm gonna drill a hole to put a handle on top of this. And then when I'm done with that, we'll take a final look, and I think I'm gonna paint the edges gold as well. So I am outside. As you can see, it is so shimmery and so beautiful, and I love that there's little parts of it it's completely see-through, but as you can tell, it is gorgeous. I did experiment with gold spray, I thought maybe that would be easier to color the edges gold, but it was not a good experience. I got it all over here and it was really hard to clean off, but this was so good for my first try. I'm very happy with it. So I got like a beautiful pink, pastel pink marble tray. I think it is so beautiful. Here's some better lighting. It's in the clubhouse where I live in. So yeah, this is such a bummer, but it's okay. It's a quick fix, no big problem. Gorgeous colors and still a little bit see-through. So what do you guys think? I would love to hear your opinions or any extra tips that you might have for me.